coming from right now? It might be. It's coming down.
Oh, she's tapping her.
Oh,
she got a behind the back Kimura. That's that crude Kimura.
Oh, is this going to be enough? Mir making it very rough inside.
Notice Calderon's left arm. It's just wrenched behind her back. Wrestlers are good at this so they can get pins. Man, she like almost tapped. She's about to tap again.
Oh,
there's the tap.
It is.
Man, the cute Kimura. If we get a different angle, you have to have a little eye for the game to see what happened. But Mir ended up pinning.
A chicken wing in professional MMA? That's not a typo. Mir, daughter of UFC legend Frank Mir, just ended a pro fight with a literal wrestling hold. And it's not just any win, it was violent, dominant, and has the MMA world asking, is this girl the future of women's MMA or just riding the Mir name? But here's the truth. She didn't just win. She embarrassed her opponent with a move most fans haven't seen since high school gym class, and trust me, Dana White is already watching. July 27th, Houston, Texas, Fury Challenger Series 14. 22-year-old Mir stepped into the cage against Stephanie Calderon, a local fan favorite known for striking. But within seconds, it was obvious this wasn't going to be a striking match. Bella tagged her early with clean punches, showed shockingly crisp hands, then bam, smooth takedown. And what does she pull out? A chicken wing, not a Kimura, not an armbar, a chicken wing. Calderon taps at 3:58 of round 1, and the internet exploded. And here's where it gets controversial. Critics are calling this a cheap move, a junior high wrestling trick, but Mir doesn't care. She's undefeated 4 wins, 4 submissions. She just outclassed a trained striker, and she did it with old school mat dominance. Some fans are saying she's not UFC-ready, but others, they're calling her the female Bo Nickal, and she's not even 23. Let's back up. Who the hell is Mir, daughter of Frank Mir, former UFC champ 4-0 in MMA? All subs placed 5th at Nationals for the University of Iowa. Reached the 145-pound final at the 2025 Women's Wrestling Nationals, beat Carol Joya in June. At UFC BJJ, won IBJJF No-Gi World Champion. And yes, she's aiming for the 2028 Olympics. She left MMA for 3 years to wrestle and still comes back with better striking and an even nastier ground game. Dana White already knows the name. Bella's been in quiet talks with the UFC. She's not rushing, but she's got the record, the pedigree, and now, a viral finish. Calderon was no scrub. She had TKO power and experience in Fury FC. But Bella dominated her like it was wrestling practice. And if the UFC wants a new female star who can grapple, strike, and talk, Mir is right there. Will Bella be back in 2026? Will she take a break to chase the Olympic dream? Or will Dana White throw her a bag and fast-track her into the UFC? All we know is this. She just beat a professional striker with a chicken wing. And the internet will never let Calderon live that down. Smash that like button if you think Bella's UFC bound. Drop a comment if you think she'd destroy someone like Macy Barber or Erin Blanchfield. And don't forget, this ain't just legacy, it's folk-style violence.
Yeah, I think.
And then who wins? Dakota versus Valentina.
You really make me say that. She's my favorite fighter, but come on.
Favorite fighter, number 1.
Yeah, she is. She's always been my favorite fighter, Valentina. Wow. Yeah.
All time.
Yeah, all time.
Have you ever told her this?
I just think like she's just like an MMA athlete. Like,
yeah.
What can she not do? Like, she can grapple. If she needs to win by grappling, she can do it. If she needs to strike, she can do it. Like, I mean, so many people thought she was going to get a belt taken off her by the French girl, Manon
Fiorot.
Oh, you said it quite well. Yeah, people wrote her off with that, and look what she did. She always finds a way to win. I think she's very, very clever.
Dakota Efking Dacheva, and she just called out the queen of violence herself, Valentina Shevchenko. Let's be real. Everyone thought Dakota Dacheva would jump ship to the UFC undefeated, violent, marketable British, a perfect Dana White signing. But what did she do instead? She re-signed with the PFL while throwing shade at the UFC by keeping her options wide open.
In the post-fight interview, you announced that you had re-signed with the PFL. Congratulations. Are you happy with how everything turned out?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I am happy now in the end. It took a while. I mean, I fought last November, so it took a while for us to come to, you know, something that was right for the both of us. But I'm happy now, you know, I just secured my future for me and my family.
And now she's gunning for the fight most UFC women won't even whisper about, Valentina Shevchenko, one of the most feared women in MMA history. This isn't just a crossover fight. This would be the first real PFL versus UFC women's super fight. But here's the truth. The UFC won't say out loud, Dakota is a threat, and not just to Valentina, to their entire flyweight division. Think about it, a young, undefeated blonde striker with serious KO power, and she's not under UFC control.
What
were you going to say?
I was going to say Bellator has had Hawaii events.
Bellator could put on a fucking fight in the parking lot. Dude, I can't even believe you just said that. PFL could... You know PFL was here on Friday. Did anybody know that? You're the media guys. I didn't know till fucking Friday. They were selling tickets, buy two, get two free. I'm not busting on them. That's a fucking fact. They put out a memo, buy two, get two free. You're having a bad fucking week if those are the memos you're putting out.
Hey, Dana.
There were more people in my fucking green room tonight than there were at the fight.
Finally,
Wouldn't just be about belts, it would be about promotional pride. And that's why the UFC is staying silent. Let's talk about Valentina. She's a legend. No debate, but she's not untouchable anymore. Alexa Grasso exposed cracks. And Dakota? She's younger, hungrier, and she's not afraid to talk about it. Dakota's message is loud and clear. If Valentina's still on top when it happens, I'm in. That's a challenge, a warning, a threat, and maybe even a prophecy. Let's be honest, the UFC didn't want to lose Kayla Harrison. Now they're watching Dakota become the next breakout star, and she's doing it without them. If Dakota versus Valentina actually happens and the UFC loses on their own turf, it's game over for the narrative that UFC is the only elite league, and deep down, Dana knows it. Social media's been on fire since Dakota said the words UFC champ versus PFL champ. Some fans say she hasn't earned it. Others say Valentina would destroy her. But the real ones, they know this is exactly the kind of fight women's MMA needs. Dakota ain't ready. Valentina ends her in 2 rounds. This girl might be the future. Dana missed out big. UFC ducked another star. And with Dakota turning 27 today, she's entering her prime. The UFC can't ignore her much longer. Dakota Ditcheva is ready. Valentina Shevchenko is legendary. And the fans? They want this super fight bad. The question now isn't if it happens, it's who breaks first, Valentina's aura or the UFC's grip on women's MMA. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the UFC make this fight happen, or is Dakota just chasing clout? And don't forget to like, sub, and smash that bell for more savage breakdowns every damn week.
Just re-signed with PFL. We've come to a great agreement, and I'm going to look forward to the next few.
Dakota Ditcheva just sent a chilling message to the entire MMA world. With blood on her elbows, fire in her eyes, and a re-signing announcement that shook the PFL cage. The Queen of Violence just dominated a Bellator veteran in brutal fashion and made it look easy. This wasn't just a win. This was a straight-up masterclass in destruction. Sumiko Inaba came in 8-1. Hawaii's own, a Bellator veteran with a chin and a heart. But Dakota? She came with knees. She came with elbows. She came to disfigure. And for 15 minutes, she picked Inaba apart like a surgeon possessed. I mean, 30-24? That's not a fight score. That's a cry for help. From the opening bell, Ditcheva was in kill mode. Using all 8 limbs like a Muay Thai monster, she dropped elbows so sharp they could have signed the PFL contract themselves. And those knees? They bent time. They broke faces. They had Inaba stumbling, spinning, and bleeding. By round 2, Sumiko wasn't fighting to win, she was fighting to survive. And here's the kicker, Dakota might have broken her hand during the assault. But did she slow down? No. She just switched weapons like a damn boss. Legs, knees, left elbows, high kicks. She turned into a one-woman arsenal. Let that sink in. She might have fought 2 rounds with one hand and still delivered a career-altering beating. Then, just when fans thought it was over, boom, Dakota Ditcheva announces her re-signing with PFL. No Bellator, no UFC. She's staying now. Look, people are asking why stay in PFL, and some fans are straight up calling it a waste of talent. But here's what they're missing. Dakota's not running. She's building a legacy where she's the queen, the killer, the poster girl. She's already the face of PFL Europe. Now she's dominating PFL Africa. And next, maybe she crosses into that Kayla Harrison territory, the $1 million legacy lane. Fans are calling her the Valentina of the PFL. But let's be real, at just 26, she might surpass Valentina, Harrison, Cyborg, all of them. UFC fans, be scared. Bellator fighters, stay retired. Because Dakota Ditcheva is undefeated, uninjured, and now unchained with that fresh new contract. Cape Town just witnessed a star go supernova. Sumiko Inaba got broken. The cage got baptized in blood. And Dakota Ditcheva, she just made PFL her kingdom.
Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event was scheduled for 3 rounds. It went the full distance, and we now go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this bout unanimously. For your winner, Dakota Dangerous Ditcheva.
She just dominated a Bellator veteran, re-signed with the PFL, and sent a message to the entire women's MMA world. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just taking over, she's embarrassing the competition. Let's call it what it is. The UFC let Kayla Harrison walk Amanda Nunes retired, and women's MMA was in freefall until this. Dakota